Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. So today we'll be once again talking about the indie game Eugenics, which is off to an amazing start, due in part to the free promotion of countless Twitter freaks trying to cancel this game and its co-creator, Edmund McMillen. Now we'll talk about some of the more successful aspects of this game and some very impressive things it's doing, but we're going to spend some time talking about this man and his response, or lack thereof, to these people trying to cancel him and his game, which, by the way, is skyrocketing in numbers. It has now passed over 100,000 in-game players, which is an amazing achievement for an indie game, especially one that is not free to play or anything like that. So this is really, really impressive. Turns out, having a game that prioritizes having fun really resonates with people. I know that's absolutely crazy to think about here. But you can see also the numbers are increasing. The daily peak is increasing. That is a sign of a very, very successful game, and one that's going to be promising for the future. But also, in case you're not familiar, this game is about tactical cat breeding, which out of context sounds really, really odd. But here's a clip from the game so you can get a little bit of a sense of what this is all about and why people are having so much fun with it.
What's wrong with Galileo? Fuck! Nothing! Nothing's wrong with Galileo! Wow, okay, I didn't expect you to pass on the best of the bunch. Whatever. Your pieces will be put to good use. Wait! No!
So that clip was actually reposted by McMillen himself, and yeah, he's been active on Twitter. He be tweeting, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, this guy is basically burning his fingertips off. He's typing out so many tweets. But you know what? Good for him, honestly, because it's just promoting the game, not just from his own tweets, but also the people freaking out over them. So it all began the other day when we talked about this. He promoted Emiru, who's recently been called a racist chud because she did not want to talk about politics on stream. So a bunch of the normal people brigaded this tweet. Here's just 4 in a row. These are not curated. This is just 4 in a row. People saying they're going to refund, they're not going to be watching her, that this is such bad timing, and that this game is promoting Nazi streamers. Like, that's how ridiculous these people are. And eventually the tides would turn and people would come in and make fun of these people and show a lot of support for him and his game as well. And you know what he did here with Emiru? He doubled down as a based creator. He doubles down and promotes her again. Amazing stuff. You can see people are very impressed. Based. You know what I mean? Amazing stuff. But also, the other aspect of this that is getting these cancellation attempts is the fact that he allowed some problematic people to provide a voice in the game. When I say a voice, I literally mean them saying meow. That's it. That's the extent. And from my knowledge, none of these people were paid. Okay, nobody was paid to do this. Now, the main focus of the controversy came from people pointing out that Ethan Klein is in it, as well as Matan, who was the guy who crashed on the stage a couple years ago at the Game Awards. And the big one that is getting the most attention is Chris Chan. Okay, I can't sit here and tell you the entire lore of Chris Chan, one of the most documented human beings in existence. There's literally hundreds of hours of documentaries made about this guy and his very interesting life, to say the least, and also the allegations he's had and all those things. So seeing him included, and yes, I said him, I know I'm going to get canceled for that one, but seeing him in this list has made a lot of people very angry. But here's one of the many responses from people saying, if you're trying to do activism over someone included saying meow in their game without any paycheck involved, any kind of statement being made, or any political biases in who was chosen, you desperately need to rethink your priorities. Yeah, I think if you heard someone say meow and you're fuming and trying to like do activism because of it, I don't know, your priorities might be a little out of whack here. But yesterday, Edmund would make a statement saying food for thought and basically laying out the allegations and ending it by saying, I know most won't bother having doubt, but there are facts out there if you care to look. The people who are already mad about this, with Chris Chan being in the game, yeah, they're a lot more mad after this, okay? And eventually, he would delete the posts and just say, never mind. Because I guess he didn't want to deal with these wackadoos this time trying to do activism over a voice cameo in a game about tactical cat breeding, okay? Also, side note, for your viewing pleasure or disgust, Chris Chan has recently been kicked out of a convention. This was posted like right as I was recording. Let's listen to it together. You can kind of hear Chris Chan in the background. You can literally hear the incoherent ramblings of Chris Chan in the background. I just thought that was funny. The timing on this just couldn't be any funnier, to be honest with you, and I'm not surprised conventions are kicking him out, given everything that's happened or been alleged. But also, we got to get to that headline, that first article I was talking about, or showed you guys at the start of the video. Eugenics co-creator Edmund McMillan says people need to get more creative with their hate in response to disappointment over controversial cameo meows. This guy, he just gets it, man. Like, he makes a fun game, and he's just not backing down. He's not backing down. I know he deleted the one tweet, but you know what? I've seen a lot worse, okay? And I've seen way more doubling down than backpedaling from this guy. Like, it's a one versus many good examples type of ratio here. One bad one versus many good ones. So, you know, don't try to bring this guy down too much for deleting that tweet. But yeah, you can see the responses to this. Asmongold saying, base, never let sanctimonious control freaks online tell you what to do. All developers should be like this. Grum saying, I knew it. Finally, some common sense. Based AF. Simply meow. Amazing. Seriously, guys, you need to top this masterpiece. Look at this tweet. Look at this. Tagging Edmund McMillan. You little effer. You made a crap of peace with your trash Isaac. It's effing bad. This trash game. I will become back my money. I hope you will in your next time a cow on a leash or trash farm, you sucker. Wow. Yeah. Put that on my tombstone, he replies with. I mean, that is crazy. I think this is an older tweet, but like, man, that is hilarious. Like, I'm impressed this person was able to type all that out, because the tears flowing down on the keyboard should have zapped the thing, but no, they got through the entire tweets, the incoherent, grammatical error-filled mess that this tweet is. But a couple more. Dang, I kind of want to play Eugenics now. That's the response a lot of people are having. Okay, it's been unbelievable levels of free promotion for this game. The people being outraged. It is having the sort of unintended effect. I mean, the Streisand effect, if you want to use that, but also is just endless free promotion and making people say, yeah, this guy, the people who don't like him seem very crazy. I'm going to support this guy. It's happening all over the place. Look at all the posts where people are getting mad. The people who are countering the mad people, they're like, yeah, I'm going to buy the game now. And clearly they are, by the way. Clearly they are. When there's 100,000 in-game players and the number keeps extending every day. I mean, that's crazy. Again, an amazing sign for this game. And also a little side note here. Apparently, according to Edmund, today Mugenics is selling better in China than all other countries. We didn't even localize it in Chinese. That's how popular this game is, okay? Apparently, this sort of concept, it just resonates with everyone. But this person says, hi, Edmond, I saw your post. Since many Chinese players love Mugenics, I started working on a community Chinese localization project on the day the game launched, and it's already being used by many players. And another person pointed out, a fact you really need to know is that one of the reasons this game has sold well in China is that players created a Chinese translation patch within 24 hours. Without it, sales in the Chinese market would have plummeted probably by more than half. And he says, referring, I guess, to the previous person, really, please put us in touch with who did this so we can hire them. The guy's now handing out jobs to people who love the game and want to provide localizations in different languages. Incredible move. He could have just sat there and just been like, okay, thanks for the localization. But now he wants to hire them. And it's the right thing to do, quite frankly. But yeah, this game, Eugenics, it is a hit, ladies and gentlemen. It's a hit. And I'm glad to see a base developer standing on business and not bowing down to these annoying, obnoxious crybabies who are offended by who he promotes or who he includes in his game, who he has saying meow. I mean, what are we even talking about, ladies and gentlemen? But anyways, that's going to do for today's video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.